What up, YouTube? Tim Moves here. Now, here's a review for the very first A24 movie titled A Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charles Swan the Dirt. Now, it wasn't the first A24 movie I saw. The first one I really saw was Spring Breakers, but I actually saw this movie a little, a couple months, after the film was released. Anyway, now I love A24. They always crank out some high-profile, amazing stuff. Crazy to believe that the first feature sucked. I remember seeing this movie. I'm like, A24 did this? Really? It's if I gotta do a list of terrible A24 movies, this is it. I mean, this is probably my Spring Breakers. You know how lots of people hate Spring Breakers, but I quite enjoy it, or how some other people enjoy Spring Breakers as well. This is pretty much my Spring Breakers. It's a horrendous mess. Now, it's actually directed by Roman Coppola, who's, of course, part of the, Coppola dynasty. His father is, of course, Francis Ford Coppola. And, of course, his sister is Sofia Coppola, who has a bit of H24 blood thanks to, the Bling Ring and that recent movie On the Rocks. Now, in this film, it stars Charlie Sheen, who portrays this graphic designer who pretty much plays out unusual fantasies in his head as a way of coping with the departure of his longtime lover here. Now, I guess you say it's a bit similar to Charlie Sheen's character from Two and a Half Men, in a weird way, and of course his ex is played by Catherine Winnick from Vikings fame. And you also got some other interesting castles here. Like, you got the likes of Patricia Arquette. You had Bill Murray was in this. Jason Schwartzman. Most of Wes Anderson's people. I mean, you'll be forgiven if you thought this was a Wes Anderson movie. I mean, here, pretty much, Schwartzman and Murray, all sort of playing Charlie's past and future here, while the character of Kirby is this young creative type of the top of his game, while this character named Sal is an over the hill man child who still is pinning for the girls 4 years his junior and all. And Bill Murray, of course, plays the character Sal, who's actually who I thought was pretty solid in this. I mean, he's Bill Murray, of course he have worked with Sofia Coppola before, so there's that. Anyway, this movie I just thought wasn't so funny. Charlie Sheen, probably a pretty terrible performance he's done. I mean, Charlie Sheen was pretty great, with stuff like Two and a Half Men, with loads of other stuff back in the days. Sad to say, this definitely was not his best effort. You even also had people like Aubrey Plaza was in this. You had Mary Elizabeth Winston. You had Dermot Mulroney. You had Richard Edson. Stephen Dorff was in this one. You had some good cast lists, but the script wasn't so great. The story-wise, just wasn't that great. I mean, the character of Charles Swan the Dirt is not likable at all. He's a pretty horrible character, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, this film, really, does try to capture, old Hollywood and all, but even that didn't, wasn't that just sellers. I mean, I remember watching one time, when when it premiered on TV, and I was like, this was actually A24's first film? Really? Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty horror film. I mean, it's a shame that Charlie Sheen, doesn't do a whole lot of great stuff anymore. I mean, come on, back in the 80s and 90s, Major Pain, he's been some pretty good stuff, but I guess, drugs and stuff will pretty much do that to you. Pretty much will kill your career and all. Anyway, Yeah, if you haven't really seen Charles Swan the Third, it's not so good. Anyway, let me leave with you guys. Have you ever seen a glimpse inside the mind of Charles Swan the Third? Did you like it? Did you not like it? And are you also a fan of Charlie Sheen? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Timu Sayang.